lady diva. Oh, girl talk, we gather round. Stories to unfold. Unique tips and laughter. Secrets to be told. Messy gossip flows like tea. Hot and fresh each week. Living like we're shining bright. Our waters while we sing the whole. Spill the tea. Just you and me. Laughing through the night. Smiling and free. Spill the tea. Just you and me. Laughing through the night.
Girl, did you hear what she did last summer? With her style and charm, she's been stunning. Flipping through gossip, the latest craze. Striding the cook, oh how they dazzle they we keep it real, spilling the truth. In our circle of acquaintances, always from lipstick shades. So that's we sharing the vibe, feel the edges that they crease. Page by page, we turn our worlds. Sisterhood strong and life unfurled.
Hey, 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 ladies and gents. Welcome to the front porch. It's Winning Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Sure. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to cut live today, y'all. 4:45. The damn bottom fell out. And I don't like to drive in rainy conditions, but baby, the hell was a little too much for me. So I stayed at work till about 5:30 until it cleared up a little bit. And then I came home and did me a little Zumba routine, a little 1-2-1-2, because I was not going to the gym. And now I'm ready for you guys. I'm glad it cleared up. Hopefully the internet hold up, because if you saw the thumbnail, you know we have a story time, and it's true crime, one of our favorite subjects over here on the front porch. I'm happy to be here though. I am happy because I was about to pull out my book, and y'all know if I pull out that Kindle, I get lost. I look up, it be 2:00 a.m. So if y'all down Central Florida, South Florida, I don't know if it's coming your way or not, but you know, I'm in Northern Florida, baby, the Panhandle, and it was going down. If y'all saw my short, y'all saw what it was giving. And y'all told me, somebody said you need to leave Nestor alone today, Lady T Bug. I'm like, nope. Since I'm not talking about him today, I gotta be messy. Shoot. Let me see what I posted. Sure. Over here in the community. I don't have a porch talk topic today because I really want to dive into this story time. Oh, I think they was talking about when I said Nestor would never. I think that's what they were replying to. I'm like, what I did? Okay, child, I had to go see what that comment was for. Okay, cross country cruiser said we had heavy rainstorm. It was bad, but didn't last long. South Florida. Okay, ours didn't last because it was about 4:40, 4:45, and I left work at 5:30. Let me speak to everybody in the chat, and I'll speak as others join us. Hey, Leo lady, you number one today, baby. I know you got a good seat. Hey, complicated, listening while working. Hey, Karen. Hey, big sis. I said what I said. How are you today? How's everybody doing? Hey, Nestles. Hey, B. Williams. Hey, A, let's talk about it. Oh, hey, there she go. She said, hey, on this good Wednesday. Okay. Hey, Tanya, be here. Hey, Karen. Hey, cross country cruise her. Hey, allegedly in the bushes at work on her black job as usual. Girl, it's 7:39 p.m. my time. I wish it was your time so you could be going home. Hey, Juju D. Hey, Chick-fil-A gal. Birthday, happy birthday. It's cross country cruise her birthday. My biker chick. Hey, Latoy, I missed you today. Hey, no. Hey, Mrs. CLC. Happy birthday. Oh my God. Child, I have not updated my see here. I'm behind again. Let me see. I gotta play the birthday song. Let me see if I can cover it up. Cause true, Gemini's, y'all is ilt. Let me see. Did I remove it because I was supposed to work on it? No. Oh, there you go. Happy birthday. Oh, you can still see her. Just pretend that's a Cancer sign, okay? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to we hope you have a good time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. All right, just pretend that was not a Gemini sign up there. That wasn't a Gemini girl. I will have the Cancer set up for you tomorrow, and I'll run it back. Okay? She is not a Gemini. She is Team Cancer. Lady T-Bud just got to get her stuff together, child. But I was doing other things. I got 2 shorts I need to drop, and I will do so tonight. Sure. I'm gonna run it back with the right sign up there. Okay, okay. Are you doing anything exciting? Cross country cruise her for your birthday? I'm gonna give it about 1 more minute and we're gonna dive into this true crime. Hopefully y'all saw my thumbnail because I put it up like 5 minutes before the live. That's why I was late. I'm like, I gotta do my thumbnail now. Just relaxing. Yeah, you had a lot of surgery, so you may just want to go to the spa. Okay, get you a good massage, relax, have you a little sippy sip, you know, just chillax at the house. I got you. Thank you, Nestos. And I said what I said for being here and modding for me on today. This story time that we're about to get into, it was brought to me by one of my mods. Sure. Y'all know what I always say. Who needs a man when you got mods? Miss E. Okay. Miss E is sick. So I don't know if she's listening to us in the background, but because I told her the show had to go on because I don't have a backup. So hopefully she is listening or she just dropped down and say hello. She may have to catch the replay game. But anywho, let's get into it. Let's get into it, guys. So is Gabby in here? Because I gotta say the word that she just be like, I cannot. I cannot. I don't want to hear that one more time. She may pop in. But let's get into this story time. Y'all, this story is crazy. And I am so happy that Miss E brought it to my attention because I might not have seen it, but appreciate it, Miss E, and I hope you feel better. Now, imagine this being on the front porch instead of Cicely. Okay. Imagine this. You at home, pre-gaming for a vacation trip to Miami. You checking off your to-do list. You got a few more errands to run and some last minute shopping. And boom, that's what I had for Gabby. And boom, hey Sanders, you overhear your mom talking to your grandmother about being evicted. And y'all know how we is about granny. Ears perking up. You trying to find out what's going on. Of course, you can't get this resolved, over the phone, and granny is upset. So mother and daughter decided to go down to granny's apartment and find out what's going on. Why is granny being evicted? And without telling y'all too much about the story, because I want y'all to hear it as I present it. If you are not familiar with the case, y'all, this turned into a whole entire mess. It's three individuals involved in this case, and they're all family members: granny, daughter, and granddaughter. Granny is 66 years old. Diana Hendon. Daughter is 47 years old. Lamika Hendon. Grandbaby, you don't mess with grandbaby. 24 years old, Zabria Hendon. And they're in the Ohio area. I think they're in Cleveland. Yes, they are in Cleveland, Ohio. I wanted to say Toledo for some reason, but they're in Cleveland, Ohio. Hey, Sunshine, Rain, and Gardening. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Please like the live. We taking a break from Nesto again tonight, and we're presenting true crime story time. So there's three individuals that I just named: Diana, Granny, Lamika, Mommy, and granddaughter Zabria. They were as Tupac and Snoop Dogg would say, murder was the charge they gave them. Hey, Patty. Yes. Hey, the Black Cat 13. Yes, Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. Y'all giving some South up there, baby. They treated them like they was down here in the South with an F. Okay. So where we left off was daughter and mom were going to check on Granny because Granny was about to be evicted. And they wanted to know why, what was going on, and what they needed to do to resolve the issue. But it turned from that to somebody being unalived. Hey, Victor DeVille, thank you for being here. Even though you're in the bushes, my little sis. Tussling in the house, and G-Ma got the pow on the grandbaby. Okay. Scenario number one from B. Williams. Hey, uniquely Sonya R.N. Hey, LC, is you hanging tonight? Okay. You hung in there with me a long time on last night. I appreciate it. Okay. That's a little background information that I wanted to give y'all. We're going to look at a short, less than 2-minute video from the local news over in Ohio. And then we're going to go over to TikTok, where Zabria did her story time. Okay. And I got some documents as well. So if time permits, we'll go over the documents as we always say. And I will, like I normally do, try to like bridge the gap, or if something skipped over and y'all have questions, of course I'm going to answer them because I did the research, okay, and not high level research, baby. I was in the trenches, in the trenches. Okay, cross country cruiser said thanks to everybody for the birthday wishes. Hey, allegedly, happy birthday as well. All right. So first up, let me pull up this local news video, and then I'll read y'all comments and we'll go to TikTok. I think it's the one I want. I'm in the bushes and listening. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all just dropping down in the chat, letting me know that y'all support Lady T-Bug right here on the front porch. I had to bring y'all in to the Florida room today because it's raining cats and dogs and hail. Did you see the report about people getting poked with needles at concerts? Somebody in my chat told me about that. It was in France, right? Someone mentioned that on yesterday, and I was telling you guys about the 40-something-year-old guy over in France at Disneyland trying to marry a 9-year-old kid. And the people called the police. Okay. Let me get up my banner, because this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. And remove this. And we'll get going. We'll get going with our content. Child, I know y'all hear me say this all the time, but I really need to do something because I got like 20 tabs open up here. There go Gabby girl. Okay, it's about the storm here. Lightning flickering. Yeah, we already had our part. Gabby girl, you missed me saying, and boom. I had to say it since I actually could see you down in the chat. Okay, for real. Let me remove this. Let me give y'all a sneak peek about what we about to get into. And I know my front porch crew gonna have a lot to say. Oh no, boom. Yes, boom. I don't like this setup. I don't like that. That's a little better. Well, you know what? I'll leave it big like this and then I'll change it. Okay. And boom, like that. Let's go. This person is not going to be saying that I was just being my messy self. All right, let me scroll it back. Yes, this is less than 2 minutes.
A 61-year-old woman is now dead. Police say all because she tried to break up a fight. Everywhere at 5, 19 News reporter Winnie George takes us through what happened.
Police say there was a disagreement between a tenant and the property manager. 61-year-old Jametta Cooper jumped in. That's when things took a turn for the worst. A shattered door. 61-year-old Jametta Cooper shot and killed. This unfortunate tragedy striking Wednesday morning at Shaker Hall Apartments. A fight broke out between a tenant and the property manager. Cooper jumped in.
I don't know what happened with the tenants and the property manager. I feel like it should never got that far over words when they could have talked it out. You know what I'm saying?
It started near the property manager's office. Police say a 66-year-old grandmother was upset about being evicted. She brought her 47-year-old daughter and her 24-year-old granddaughter for backup. Cooper and the 57-year-old maintenance man quickly got involved. That's when police say the granddaughter punched Cooper. Cooper pulled out a knife, cutting the daughter and the granddaughter in return.
There's one got a stab wound to a hand and one to the stab wound to the face.
The granddaughter, police say, started shooting at Cooper and the maintenance man.
We got a resident daughter that shot a female. We're getting multiple calls.
Ashley Smith lives in the building. She was afraid to come back to her apartment the next day. This was a scary situation for you, right?
It scared me. Yeah, it scared me a lot. It scared me a lot, and it also made me not focus. Like, I
Hey,
don't know if y'all
Georgia
ever been through
Peach.
something where you couldn't focus. I couldn't focus on my homework at all.
And all 3 women were arrested. The maintenance man was not injured. Also, Ashley Smith tells me this is the first bad incident involving the property manager. In Cleveland, Winnie Dorch, 19 News.
So, all
Marcin Cole
right.
Robinson, you may be familiar with this. So we got some new developments.
I hate how this just roll into something else like that. Okay. The 24-year-old had their heat. Thank you, Cross Country Cruise, her for gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate you. You know, gifting us on your birthday. Is this the projects? Oh, I think I saw that one. Welcome. Hey, Lady Janice, I miss speaking to you. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Cynthia, come get your folks. Yes, everybody that is a recipient of those 5 gifted memberships, please, 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 thanks Cross Country Cruise her for gifting us on her birthday. Cancer season, okay? Don't mind the Gemini sign that was up there. Okay, let me get us switched over to TikTok. Any questions? Concerns? Conspiracies? Drop them down in the chat. Here we go. TikTok. I'm going to change my banner. Overlay. Okay. Nor could she focus on her hairstyle. Okay. We're going to hear from the 24-year-old. She's over on TikTok. She did a series, Storytime series over there about her experience, what happened. I need to do a poll. Before y'all get the cheat and Googling over there. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm not going to do a poll. We're going to do a bootleg one. We're going to do it the bootleg way. If you think that see, it would be better to do a poll. Let me see how I could make it easier. If you think the trio was found guilty, put a 1 in the chat. If you think they were found not guilty, put a 2 in the chat. Okay. We will adopt. Oh, thank you, Geminis. The Geminis say they will adopt you. None of them have to worry about a place to live if they are convicted. Did Granny get locked up too? Baby. 1s. Okay, 1s. What's 1s? Not guilty. Oh, Lord. I forgot, y'all. Okay. Let me write it down. 1 found not guilty, right? 2 is guilty. I gotta write it down in case I forget again. 3, I don't know. You play too damn much, Lady T-Bug. You be having us thinking it's one way with your messy self, and it be a whole totally different story going on. Okay. Guilty was 1. Oh, okay. Guilty was 1 and not guilty was 2. Okay. Let me switch it up. Child, I can't remember. They're quick. I had forgotten. Okay. So not guilty was 2 and guilty was 1. So put a 1 in the chat if you think they were found guilty. Put a 2 in the chat if you think they were found not guilty. Okay, thank you for correcting me, girl. Because, I'm over here working like Cynthia. I'm working the damn switchboard, baby. Okay. All right. So it looked like a little mixture. Okay. Well, we're about to get into Zabria, which is the granddaughter. She's 24 years old. She's about to tell us what happened. I gave y'all the short mini version, right? Because I didn't want to spoil it for y'all. I wanted y'all to go through the emotions, get it as I presented if you weren't familiar with the case. We'll go through the names one more time. Diana Hendon is Granny. Okay. Granny was at 66 years old. I believe that was at the time. Is it current time? I don't know, child. Y'all know I Googled this. Okay, so we would say Granny is 66 years old. Her name is Diana Hendon, and she was charged with unaliving. 47-year-old daughter, okay, Lamika Hendon, was charged with aggravated unaliving. 24-year-old granny baby, Zabria Hendon, was charged with aggravated unaliving as well. Okay, so they did just give Granny the unaliving. They say she wasn't aggressive, so they didn't give her aggravated. Okay. It went down at the apartment complex, and I'm purposely not trying to be too detailed. They were arrested. Okay. Bree had the heat, as was mentioned in the chat. They did receive bonds. Granny bond was 20K. Okay. You know, this what Nesto be talking about. Granny bond was 20K. Daughter bond was 750K. And Granny baby bond was 1 milli. 1 milli. Okay. So they all did bonds. The daughter and Granny baby bond was high, but grandma bond was 20K. And I don't know if they had to pay cash bonds. I didn't go that far. They had, could get out with 10%. I didn't go that far. I just got the charges in the bond information. Welcome to everybody coming in. Did I speak to everybody? I mean, they did pull up to Sis job. Does Ohio have the stand you ground? Okay. You want to spoil? Okay. I'm not going to spoil it. Granny no longer with us, right? Oh, I know this case. Sure. Okay. Play along, Miss Buckeye. Don't give them nothing. Let them go through the agony that we went through. Did you vote? I'm gonna delete it. Okay. We're going over to TikTok. I already got it queued up. Let me get over here to the let me see. Oh. Okay, this may not work. That may work. I'll switch it up if it don't work. Trying to put something up here so I can have a buffer because YouTube be tripping. Okay, I think we have 3 videos, and y'all know on TikTok it's short form content. So they're broken up into part 1, part 2, and part 3. Let me remove this comment. Miss Buckeye speaking to everybody. Okay, yes, this may work. Because she's just sitting in her car. All right, ready, set, go. Story time. Oh, how I went to jail facing a aggravated unaliving charge. Baby, Granny baby, what happened?
So this video is long overdue. So I didn't put no lashes on because I know I'm a cry, but I finally got to a point where I'm ready to open up about my situation and I can get through it a little bit without crying, but I'm probably gonna cry because I'm a crybaby. So this is a story time on how I went to jail fighting an aggravated murder charge, murder A, murder B, felonious assault. It's just a lot. So April 12th of 2023, it was literally just a regular day for me. I was off work that day. I was at home, sleep. My mom came home, and this was right after I lived in an apartment and it had flooded, and I lost everything to me and my mom. Me and my daughter had to move back with my mom. So we were living at my mom's house, and my mom came home one day, and she was on the phone. She was talking real loud, and obviously it woke me up. And she was on the phone with my grandmother, and my grandmother was telling her what was going on with her apartment building. The property manager was bothering her. She had followed her out the apartment, and she wanted to go down. My grandmother was on CMHA. She wanted my mom to take her down to CMHA to discuss the matters and probably try and find like somewhere else to live. I'm not sure. So y'all, that weekend, I was supposed to go to Miami. Like I was planning to go to Miami. So my day, I had a small leak in my tire. So my day was like full of things that I needed to do. I needed to go shopping. I needed to go get my tire fixed. I needed an oil change. Like I just needed a lot. So it was a lot that I had to do that day. So my mom was like, "Do you want to ride with me?" Like, no. Actually, my mom's car was blocked in or something. I don't know what was wrong with her car. But she asked to take my car. And I was like, okay. I said, well, you know what? We can just kill two birds with one stone. And I can go get my tire fixed, go shopping. We take grandma to where she need to go. Boom. All in one. So we get down to the apartment. Mind y'all, before I pulled out the driveway, my stomach was like in shambles. Like my stomach was hurting so bad. Like I just got this weird feeling in my stomach. So we got down to my grandmother's apartment. So the apartment building that she lived in is glass doors. It's two sets, the double doors. And they both glass doors. So my grandmother, when we pulled up, my grandmother was standing outside walking her dog. And it was a lady standing in the door. And I could see her because the doors are glass doors. And then she saw my grandmother come to my car and start talking to us. And then she went and she went inside the leasing office. I know where she went because I've been inside this building multiple times, so I know where the leasing office is at. You could see her walk inside the leasing office when she saw my grandmother come up to my car. So my grandmother was telling my mom some stuff, y'all. My head was in my phone. I really wasn't paying attention because I'm trying to do some online shopping as well as get to the store. So I'm thinking my grandmother finna get in the car. So in the midst of all that, my mother ended up getting out the car. So my mom got out the car. Me being me, I'm not gonna let my mother go by herself. I don't know what the fuck going on, so I'm not gonna let her go by herself. So I got out the car and I went in with my mother. Mind y'all, I had my handicapped brother and my daughter was in the car. So my grandmother had stayed outside at the car with the kids. So we went inside. Mind y'all, I am a licensed CCW holder, so I take my weapon everywhere I go. I'm a young single mother of a daughter with a daughter. I take my gun everywhere I go. So my gun was on my hip. I had my phone in my hand. So we literally just walked in there like two regular people. We walked inside. We went inside the leasing office, the property manager, and then the lady that was standing at the door was standing up against the wall behind the desk, behind the property manager. The property manager was sitting in her desk. So the desk is right here. I'm standing behind the desk by the door. My mom is standing at the desk. So my mom, she walked in and she was like, she Diana Hendon mom, and she trying to figure out what's going on. The property manager jumps up out her chair and she started yelling, "You can get the fuck out of my office, and why the fuck are you here?" Just going off. So y'all, mind y'all, I know my mom. So I'm just in my phone like, it's not gonna be no big.
Thank you so much, the Black Cat, for correcting me because I just Googled it and I didn't even think that think about it when I typed it in the chat. Okay, so yes, it's Cleveland, ma'am. Get it right. Did I miss Miss E? Oh, there her go. Miss E, girl, thank you so much for bringing this subject matter, this true crime story with three generations, granny, mommy, and granny baby, to the front porch. All right, anybody want to change their vote? Any questions, thoughts before we move on? Because right now it's about to get real. It's about to get real. Granny was outside walking her dog, waiting on her people to pull up so they could let's straighten it out. And the manager is nuck if you buck. B. Williams said that property manager knew things was about to go sideways. Well, Any more comments before we move on? Are y'all invested yet? I'll wait about 30 more seconds to see if you guys have any comments. And this incident happened, the unaliving happened on April 12th, 2023. They went to trial. Trial began on January 8th, 2024. Okay. The jurors were deliberating, okay, which means they had closing statements and they had wrapped up and ended the trial. So the jurors were deliberating on January 19th, 2024. So what's that? Trial was about 8 days. And the jury took 2 days to come up with the verdict. If that helps with your vote. January 22nd, 2024. I had a typo. They had a verdict 2 days later. Okay. All right. Y'all still listening?
You know, no big fight, no nothing. So I'm like, okay. So I'm in my phone still. I then look up and I see my mom and the property manager. They're like chest to chest, like they're close. So in my head, I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is getting serious. So I put my phone down. Like it was the instant reaction because my phone was in my
She
hand.
said she just
I put my
listening.
phone
She
down,
just listening.
and I set it down on the desk, like right by the door where I was standing at. And then I went around the desk. I went to get my mom. I jumped in the middle of them. Mind y'all, the lady that was standing at the door that was watching
Just
us
still
is still
listening.
standing up
You don't
against
have
the
no
wall.
vote, Elsie.
So, I get in between them and I'm trying to push my mom back, like push her back so we can just go out. So in the midst of me pushing her back, I remember my fucking phone. So I just turn
Yes,
around and get my
thank
phone.
you.
But as I'm trying to push my mom back,
Keep
it
the
was a man in the
recommendations
office. It was 2
coming.
men in the office, actually. He jumps in front of me and he's like bagging my mom out the office. So I turned to get my phone. So when I turned to get my phone, the lady that was standing up against the wall jumps in my face. So I tried to like go around her to get my phone and she pushed me. So me being me, I'm not gonna disrespect no elders. I was just like, why you push me? And she pushed me again when I tried to step around her again to grab my phone. Literally all I had to do, and I said, I'm trying to get my phone, just trying to get my phone. Literally all I had to do was just literally go around her, step, grab my phone, and I could be out. She pushed me again, and then she had this hand in her pocket. This hand, she pushed me. Then took this hand out. All I know is I'm being punched, or at least I thought I was being punched. I wasn't being punched. I was actually being stabbed. So my reaction is to fight back. Mind you, I didn't know I was being stabbed. I'm thinking I'm being punched. So my reaction is to fight back. So I'm trying to fight.
Anybody want to change their vote? Oh, okay. We got questions. Elsie, repeat. I didn't hear that. I'm eating chips. What type of chips you eating? You were one. Now you're two. The granny should go to jail because if not for her, the person would not have been unalive. Oh, you didn't hear my question? Wait, is this eviction warranted? We gonna get into that. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. From B. Williams. Okay, we got some switcheroos going on here, baby. They want to change the vote. Yes, pout. From 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2. Kettle. her daughter and granddaughter was just advocating for her. They don't know yet, Miss E. They in suspense right now. And I'm being messy. I think Elle said the only thing I was asking if you guys wanted to change your vote and if you had any comments before we proceed. That nothing major. Girl, you must be eating them kettle chips over there like they put in the chat. Those are crunchy. Okay. Let's carry on.
I'm hitting. I'm hitting. I'm thinking we both throwing punches. And in reality, no, I'm not.
I'm just trying to figure out why the manager was so aggressive. Like, you're evicting this elderly grandmother, and her daughter is coming here to find out why. You know what's going on. Maybe she gonna pay the bill up, but she looked like she was on 10 and didn't want to answer not one question, and it done escalated to somebody getting poked in a fight.
Nah, so I just started screaming because, like, I just saw blood. Now, if anybody that know me and blood don't get along. Like, any sight of blood, I freak out. So it's just so much blood. It's so much blood. It's blood everywhere. And I just start screaming because now my face hurt. Like, my face is burning, it's tingling. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? I still don't know that I was
Yeah,
stabbed
that's
at this
elderly.
point. So I'm screaming. My head is down because I'm trying to hold my face. My head is down. And she got my hair. Mind you, I had a side part in my head, and she had my hair. She ripped all my hair out on this side, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. She ripped all my hair out on this side.
That's
And
senior
then
citizen.
my mom came back in. Like, my mom was like pushing through the door. Mind y'all, the man that was standing there. One man, he was standing there. He was not doing
Chick-fil-A
nothing. He was
gal,
just standing
drop
there
something.
watching.
Miss E said she
The
trying to
property
see
manager, she
something.
just yelling, talking, telling the girl,
Trying to make
get
sure
that
we can see
bitch,
your
all kind of
messages.
shit. And then the man was standing at the door trying to block my mom from coming back in.
You knew it, B.
So my mom
Williams.
finally like bum rushed to him, and my mom, I don't know what happened is going on over my head. All I hear is feeling some pulling and tugging on my head.
Hey, Juju
And
D.
she stabbed my mom going up her head because she was trying to stab me in the top of my head.
61
She
is
stabbed my
young to
mom
you.
in her hand.
Retirees is young to you.
So I'm like yanking, trying to get her to let go of my hair, and I fell back. When I fell back, she's still trying to like push through everybody to get to me with the knife in her hand. So at this point, that's where I see the knife. She's still trying to get to me with the knife in her hand. So instant reaction, your license. Get your weapon. Defend yourself.
Do what you gotta do,
I grabbed
sis.
my gun and I let off a shot. Mind y'all, I've never been in a situation like this before where I've had to use my weapon. Or I don't be in situations like this where I have to use my weapon. Like, it's literally just for safety and security. So I grabbed my weapon and I let off a shot. When I let off that shot, my mom ran to me and she pushed me out the door. So I honestly don't know where that shot went, what happened. She just pushed me out the door, and I'm leaking blood. Blood is everywhere. Like, I'm leaking blood really, 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 really bad. And we run into the car. My car was parked out in the front, and my grandma was out there. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry, but my grandma was out there with the kids. I get in the car. My daughter is like, she's sitting on the seat right here, and she's staring at me, and she like, "Mommy, blood." And I'm just like, "Get in your seat, babe. Get in your seat." And my mom ran around to the driver's seat. She got in the car and she just took off and went straight to the hospital. Like, we went straight to the hospital, and I'm just bleeding. My face is throbbing. It's burning. My mom hand bleeding. She didn't even.
All right, that's part one. We did have some, some renege, some votes change. Some of y'all still holding
So this
strong.
video is.
Some of y'all still holding strong. Let me pause it just in case. Any questions, thoughts, concerns? LC said the manager is used to dealing with people, so maybe that's why she was defensive. 3, I don't know. All right. Let me get on part 2 of, I don't know if it's right behind here. Oh, it is, I believe. Let me make sure. Yep, that's part 2. Okay, so she gave us a sensitive content warning here. Disturbing. That's y'all warning, okay? I'm skipping to the video because I've already watched it. Anybody think this is self-defense?
Okay, y'all. So this video is long overdue. So I didn't put no lashes
have.
on
She would
because
have
I know I'm
been
gonna cry, but I
hurt
finally got to a point where
more.
I'm ready to open up about my situation.
I mean, the person had a what we call it, a slicer. So it's like, don't bring a slicer to a pow fight. Yes, trigger warning. What the heck? You do not need that strap if you let off pop and not knowing where they did aim. Yeah, because she could have hit her mom. You right, much better today. She could have hit her mom, the grandmother, her daughter, which would be the great granddaughter. Zabria's daughter was in the car along with her brother, but she could have hit the mom. 2. Okay, we got another renege. We got another change of votes. It's crazy how your plans can change so fast from planning a trip to Miami to fighting for your life. I agree with that, Miss E. Well, the police don't typically think that we are defending ourselves legally. That is true, Georgia Peach. Trigger warning. Thank you again, Elsie. At this point, I think self-defense, but her mom pushed her though. Yeah, pushed her up out of there. Maybe her mom went into, mommy mode. I don't know. Because I don't know how I would feel if I would see my daughter sliced up like that.
And I
I'll
can
probably be ready
get
to
through it a
fight.
little bit without crying, but I'm probably gonna cry because I'm a crybaby. So this is a story time on how I went to jail fighting an aggravated murder charge, murder A, murder B, felonious assault. It's just a lot. So April 12th of 2023, it was literally just like a regular day for me.
I thought I went to the next one.
Okay, y'all. So this video.
So I'm gonna try to respond to all the comments.
Wait a minute.
So
I think because it's another one before it goes to this one. I got to figure out where it's at. Because she's telling us what happened at the hospital on that one, but it keeps giving me this one. And that's literally watch anyway. Duh. Slow. User error. Okay, I got it.
So we get to the hospital, and as soon as my mom pull up to emergency, I run inside the hospital. The whole ride there, my mom, she flying through red lights, she flying through traffic. Like, I don't even know how we got there so fast, to be honest with y'all. But we get to the hospital, and I run in there, and I fall to the ground, and I'm just holding my face because it's burning now. Like, everything is burning, it's throbbing, like it hurts so bad. Like, I want to scream to the top of my lungs. So I get inside the hospital. So of course, immediately the nurses, they come rushing over to me, and it was a nurse who had grabbed my face, and he like just grabbed my face. He was like, she needs surgery ASAP, she needs surgery. So mind y'all, I don't know what my face looked like because I was trying to hold my face the whole time in the car because my daughter in the back seat, she already panicking, and I'm really not trying to scare her. So I'm trying to hold my face the whole time. So when he like, she needs surgery, so I never got to see my face. They took me back out to the lobby. Once I got to the lobby, they put me in a wheelchair. I'm sitting in the wheelchair. Mind y'all, my mom, my daughter, and my little brother, they still out in the car. So they took me a nurse came out and got me from the lobby, and then she took me to the back and she put me in this room. So it's like a little waiting area. I don't know if everybody been inside the University Hospital main campus, but off of the lobby area, they got like a little sitting room or whatever. So they put me in this room. So I'm sitting there thinking I'm waiting for a doctor or somebody to come get me, or they just trying to get me out the area because I'm out there like literally panicking because my face like it hurts, like I need help. Um, so come to find out, they put me in this room. They locked the doors. So I'm trying to open the door because I'm trying to go to the bathroom, get a paper towel, get something to clean myself up, and I can't get out. So I'm pulling on the door. I'm knocking on the door. I'm like, somebody help me, help, help! I need help. So a security officer opened the door. This is one of university security. He opened the door and he was like, "What's going on?" And I said, "I need help." I'm like, "Why am I locked in this room?" And he next thing I know, the other door to the lobby opens and they're putting my mom, my daughter, and my brother, they're putting us in a room. They put them in a room with me. So it was a police officer, a Cleveland police officer, standing at the other door, and then it was university security standing at that door talking to me. So he closed that door, and then the police officer is standing there. So I was like, why are we locked in here? Mind y'all, again, I did not know nobody got shot. I didn't know nobody was hurt outside of me. So he like, are you Zabria Hendon? I'm like, yes. She stabbed my left hand. So she stabbed this hand. So this hand is bleeding. He told me to sit in a wheelchair, and he handcuffed my right arm to a wheelchair. So he handcuffed me to the chair. I'm sitting there. They gave me a paper towel for my stab wound. So I'm holding the paper towel to the wound. So the paper towel, it didn't got soaked with blood. So now it's stuck to my face and it's peeling. Like my lip, this was ripped open. This bottom part was cut from all the way inside here down. Like that split open. My cheek was split open. My hand split open. Um, um but they gave me that paper towel and it just dried up with blood on it. So then finally, no, actually, the my mom kept trying to call my dad, and the police officer that was standing there, he kept taking her phone from her. Mind you, nobody ever read us our rights. Like we still didn't know what was going on. We just knew that we was locked in this room, and they asked who I was. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I did just shoot my gun. Again, I've never been in a situation like this. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I did just shoot my gun. So maybe that's what it is. I didn't know nobody got hit with the bullet. I don't know nothing, like nothing. So they still never told me nothing. My mom was trying to call my dad. The police officer kept taking my mom's phone out her hand. So my mom like, am I under arrest? He was like, no. She said, so why are you taking my phone? She tried to pick up her phone again, call my dad, and he took her phone from her. So my daughter had her iPad, and she tried to call my dad off her iPad, and he took the iPad from her. So now my mom getting irritated. So at that moment, she was about to get irritated. The doctor came and opened the door, and he took me into surgery. So I had to get reconstructive surgery done on my face. That's how bad she stabbed me. She stabbed me down to my muscle. Whew, sorry, y'all. She stabbed me down to the muscle in my cheek. She stabbed me down to the muscle in my lip, my top lip.
Baby, I'm just a talking. Thank you, cross country cruiser. Baby, I don't think I would have been able to just stand there either, Miss E. I definitely would have went into mommy mode. It was already some damn flowers bringing, but it definitely would have been some furniture moving when I saw you pulled out a slicer on my kid, and you actually sliced my kid. Y'all can hear me now, right? Yeah, I think y'all can. The mute's not on now. It's just a delay. Let me wait though and make sure y'all can hear me. Yep, good now. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I put myself on mute because I've been up here talking and I don't want to talk all the way through it like I normally do with Nistel. Okay, good, good. But I came back off, paused the video to say, yeah, Miss E, it would have been a tag team up in there. You don't pull out no slicer on my kid, and I just don't see where the aggression coming from at this point. We know it's three sides to every story. Their side, the property manager side, and then the truth. But I'm still not hearing why we went from 0 to 1,000. It's crazy. None of this warranted that.
Lip, my bottom lip, and she stabbed me down to the muscle on my hand, and she stabbed me on my shoulder, but my shoulder. So they stitched up my hand first, and then I had about maybe 10 to 15 stitches in my hand,
baby.
and then they
It would have been
stitched up
casket action, and it was.
my lip. They did my lip first, my top lip, and they did the bottom lip.
She looked good.
But it was reconstructive surgery. But honestly, the doctor that was doing it, she took her time. She was talking me through it.
You was awake?
Again, I was just so confused. So my daughter was with me. She was in the room with me. The police that came in there, they kept asking her, like, did she want to go? Did she want to go to the lobby? My daughter, she was like, no, she didn't want to leave. So then she ended up having to use the bathroom. So I don't know where my mom was at. I didn't know where nobody was at. And the police officer took my daughter out the room. After they took her out the room, I didn't see her ever again. I never saw my daughter after that. So I'm going crazy. Like, I'm panicking because I'm like, where's my daughter at? So after surgery, I was in surgery for about 5-6 hours. After surgery, the detectives came in. The lady came in and do my handprint,
you can see
take
a
my
faint
clothes, check for gunpowder and stuff like that. And then next thing I know, they put me in the back of a police car and they took me down to the county, and I was in jail. And from jail,
Okay, anybody want to change their vote? Okay, right. We are all adults. Let my granny break her lease, move out, so you don't have to worry about us. Oh my God. You can still see the scar on her lip. Is it like a faint scar? I don't have my glasses on, so I don't see it. That's probably what it is, Miss E. Sure. I'm up here struggling. Anybody want to change their vote? I'm trying to figure out why was she awake when she was having surgery. Baby, put me to sleep. When I had my wisdom teeth removed, I wanted to go to sleep. I felt like I would have been like one of them people over there on LMN with a damn crazy dentist. I'm like, I don't need to see nothing. I don't want to hear no drills. I don't want to see none of that. Put me to sleep. How was she awake? And she had her daughter in there. All of this for property. None of them on. LC. Talk. Exactly. I'm still with 2. Okay. Okay. Okay, now she's going off to jail immediately after surgery. They didn't even let her, stay in the hospital another day just to make sure she was going to be okay, get additional medical treatment. They took her down to the county.
I was in jail from April 12th of 2023 to January 23rd, I believe is when I got out of 2024. I was in jail for
Yep, and that was when the jury found a verdict on January 22, 2024. So they kept her in there to damn the 23rd. They messy, messy.
10 months. 9.5 months, 10 months. Um,
Stick
Fighting
with
an
two.
aggravated murder charge. And I'll show
Oh,
y'all.
baby, I need to go
I'll
to
show
sleep.
y'all my
She
indictment papers.
said
I think I
reconstruction
screenshotted. I might have
surgery.
thrown them away because I didn't want to see it no more. But I'll show y'all my indictment papers. But yeah. So I'm just sharing my story. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of questions. I'm ready to answer them.
Definitely
Like
got
I
out of
said, I'm
hand
at a
real,
place
real
now where I
quick.
feel like I can't answer questions. I can't open up about my situation. I can't talk about this. I'm ready for the interviews. I'm ready for the questions. Again, like I said, I'm at a place where I can talk about it without crying. I might cry a little bit. I'm probably gonna cry when I get off of here, just because like it's still a situation that happened that shouldn't have happened. Like I went to jail for fighting for my life. Like I knew nothing about it, and a lot of stuff came out in trial. So that's another video I'm gonna give y'all. Um, Everything when I fought my case. I took it to trial. My attorneys kept telling me, you got a self-defense case. It's a strong self-defense case. We taking it to trial. We not taking no plea deal. I never was even offered a plea deal. The judge that I had, he didn't want to lower my bond. It was just straight, you're going to prison. I'm gonna show y'all what they did to my car. Mind y'all, I had a brand new car. I had just got that car in January of 2023. I'm gonna show y'all the pictures of what they did to my car while I was in jail.
Again, the property manager.
It was just so bad. And I'm just here to spread awareness to self-defense, because for a long time I fought myself. Like, I'm not no killer. I don't go around hurting
Don't
people.
push me.
But I had to. Everybody keeps saying like, Zara, you had to do what you had to do. Is it your life or hers? And it's just like, that's not me. So it hurts. It hurts that somebody lost their
Yeah, they
life.
did a really good job. She's
Just
because I can't
that's something.
tell.
So yeah, that's my story. And again, I am gonna come back and give y'all more details about like the trial, my experience in jail, stuff like that. If y'all want to know. But yeah, there's
Bye,
my story.
girl. Bye, Sabria.
So I'm gonna try to respond to all the comments.
Oh, wait a
So
minute. It was a comment I wanted to read by her mom. Her mom left a comment. And again, her mom name is Lamika.
So we get to the hospital.
Okay. Okay, Lamika says, hi, everyone. This is her mom. We went through a lot, but yes, we were told that the apartment manager called that lady down there to actually poke my mom. I have no feeling in my left hand. I can use it, but no feeling. We all had the same charges, but my daughter had aggravated, unaliving. So sad. And there's just a lot of people in here saying, thank God we praying for you and your daughter, just positive vibes. But I did want to read a comment from her mom because when I was sitting here, waiting on
all the
hold
comments.
on. I keep clicking the wrong thing, making the video start. I'll bring it back. Okay, while I was sitting here, I actually was scrolling through the comments on TikTok and I noticed that her mom had left a comment. Wanted to share that with you guys. Let me scroll it back. Girl, TikTok be ready to go.
I found out she passed away literally a day after me being in jail. I called my boyfriend at the time, and I had told, like, I was on the phone with him, like, but he could barely understand me because my mouth was stitched up, it was swollen, like I could barely talk. But he told me, they saying somebody died, and I was like, they saying somebody died. Like, I was confused because I didn't know nobody. Like, I didn't know anybody was hurt besides me. I didn't even know my mom was hurt. So he was like, they saying somebody died. So then he was like, they had you on the news, you on the Cleveland Remembers page. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I was so confused. I'm like, I was the one attacked. Like, what is going on? And he was like, no, they said somebody died. So then that's when I found out that they were saying that it was the property manager who died. So I was really confused, and I was really like, the property manager. I'm like, if I remember correctly, this is what I was saying then. I was
Georgia
like, if I
Peach, your
remember
question
correctly,
about to
the
be
property
answered.
manager was standing back by the which I know bullets have no name, but I'm like, the property manager was standing back behind the desk up against the wall when the lady was coming after me. Like, I ended up falling into the lobby area out the door, trying to yank away from her. So I'm like, she was standing by, and the property manager was in the back yelling, telling her like, kill that bitch. Like, and it's on video that she's yelling. Sorry, y'all. It's on video that she's yelling, saying, kill that bitch. So I was.
Anybody want to change their vote? Was this lady unhinged or what? Your comment, you may have been typing that when I read her mom's comment that allegedly that person was called down there to harm Granny. Oh, the person that did not work there, but she jumped in, so she wasn't, like I initially thought, an innocent bystander helping out. Right. The police and the media twisting everything. I'm not voting. Why? Why you don't want to vote, sis? You can vote 3. They put a number 3 option for y'all that don't want to vote.
I was just confused. So I ended up finding out that it wasn't the property manager that died. It was the lady that stabbed me. Mind you, the lady that stabbed me, I don't know who she is. Never seen her before. Never came ran past her before. Nothing. I don't know who she is. But I ended up finding out that it wasn't the property manager that was shot. It was the lady that stabbed me, because when I had got my indictment papers that same day, it said everybody, and it would label the property manager with her name, and then it labeled the lady who stabbed me with her name. So that's how I found out. But by that time, they let the news run with it was the property manager. They
Yep.
let the media run with it was the property manager. And then I believe the property
It
manager
was a
did an interview with the news,
conspiracy.
and she let them run with it was the property manager. So my name was tarnished, as if I just walked into this building and I just came in guns blazing and I killed a property manager. So that's when I found out she passed away. Okay, y'all. Not to mention, I don't think I ever let said it wasn't just me that went to jail. They took my grandmother to jail. They took my mother to jail. It was no reason for them to take my grandmother to jail. My grandmother was outside at the car with the kids, so she never even went inside. And then they took my mom to jail, and I don't know why they took my mom to jail. They took her to jail, and I didn't even know that she was in jail or got took to jail, because remember, they separated me from everybody at the hospital. So when I got booked into jail and they took me upstairs, um I saw my mom sitting in a holding cell, and my grandmother, and I was just confused. I'm like, well, why the fuck? But mind y'all, after I got out the hospital,
Hmm.
before they took me to jail, straight out of surgery, I literally still had on a hospital gown and some socks. I didn't even have on no shoes.
That's crazy.
Straight out of surgery, the police put me in the back of the car and they took me to the homicide unit, and the detectives interviewed me straight out of surgery, doped up on meds. And mind y'all, I've never been in a situation like this before, so I knew nothing about this until now. That they were supposed to interview me um, while I'm under medication and stuff like that. And they knew, because I mean, I'm stabbed up, I'm stitched up, I'm fresh out of surgery. They even told them that I was coming out of surgery, and my mouth was stitched up. I could barely talk in my mouth. So as I'm trying to talk and tell them, like, technically I'm the victim. So I'm not thinking, again, I've never been through none of this before. So I'm not thinking like, Zabir, you shouldn't be saying nothing to nobody. I'm thinking I'm talking to them for them to help me. No.
And it don't even seem like they even read her rights. She never said they read her rights, so she knew. I'm transitioning from being a victim, a patient, to being an inmate. She never mentioned that they read her rights, and she may have just skipped that part. I'm not sure.
In reality, The detective said in trial, and I'm gonna give y'all another story time on the trial. The detective said in trial he had his suspect, he knew who shot the gun, and he was not worried about what happened to me. So I don't think I ever said that, but I just want to let y'all know.
And it's to me obvious, even if he had even just used a half of his damn brain, if this lady already had a pow, you think she finna stand there and let somebody poke her before she use it? You know what I'm saying? Because we all know not to bring a slicer to a pow fight. Clearly, this was self-defense.
I know that part too. Also, y'all, last thing. Also, the property manager let everybody believe that I ran in here, I had multiple guns, um, I ran inside the building, and I just started attacking this lady. Mind y'all, she never once told nobody that I was stabbed first. She never she never told nobody that I was stabbed first. She never told nobody that she started yelling and arguing with my mom, and she never told nobody that I was hit first. She just let everybody believe that I ran in this building and that this was all over an eviction. And come to find out during trial, y'all, the evictions that her and the lady that stabbed me put on people.
Now, this the tea right here. This the real tea. I mean, it's all tea, but this is crazy.
Doors were fake evictions, and they were putting people out, and people were moving out on these fake evictions. And there's just a lot that came out during trial, y'all. And I cannot wait to give y'all the video for the trial.
Okay, let me get back over here to y'all. What else? What other questions do you have?
Respond to all the comments.
Oh,
So,
my goodness. I put it on mute and stop the video and it correct back on. What's fake? Okay, a young mom with no record. This is crazy. Yes, she had a $1 million bond. She sat in jail for 10 months. Her and her grandmother sat in jail for 10 months. Okay, I've watched quite a few videos and interviews, and of course, I told y'all I did a deep dive on this case because I wanted to be able to answer y'all questions and fill in the blanks for you guys. She said they didn't what? Chick. Okay, agree. It seems common sense to an extent. Right. She is going to explain more. What's fake? Wait, what? Taking advantage of elderly people. This is crazy. Okay, so let me back it up and I'll try to fill in some of the blanks for you guys. After they were arrested, okay, this story obviously was, a big deal there. Her attorneys ended up hiring an investigator. Okay. The investigators found out, and I'm pretty sure because the story was so popular, some other victims popped out as well. Come to find out, the property manager was creating and giving out fake eviction notice to these elderly people, and they were moving out. Now, from what I understand, because they're going through the housing authority, a portion of their rent is paid through the housing authority. And then maybe they pay a few bucks on it. So how are they getting evicted? And that was the original reason for the mother daughter going down there to pick Granny up and go to the housing authority to report what was going on and just talk with them about it, right? But all this craziness, the unaliving, the poking happened before that could even take place. They have been taking advantage of people, stealing their money, and putting them out by using these fake evictions. That is crazy, baby. No, they aren't supposed to interview you if you're under doctor's observation. Number 2, Brian Steele, Ashley Merchant will be on speed dial. Fake evictions are diabolical. The property manager was the devil. In addition to them taking advantage of these elderly people, not caring if they had anywhere to stay at, stealing money, committing crimes. The building was also not up to code. The elevator didn't work, the AC wasn't working. They had so many fines, had not been able to pass building codes, and they still had these people living there. But that's another issue for the housing authority, because they should have been down there making sure that these places were habitable for these elderly people, because we know with scamming, elderly people are the most scam. That's her. That's the mom. Baby, they out two-stepping. We may listen to a little bit of that. Yes, it looked bad. We did look at a short video, Miss E. I know you were late because you weren't feeling good. We did go watch a short video that was local. It was less than 2 minutes that showed us the apartment complex. But again, they were still trying to cover up, what was going on. And there was no investigation. They didn't look at the video. We heard Zabria mention that everything occurred on the video, right? He didn't even ask them if they had video. He just came down there, like she said, he had a suspect. He knew who she was, and he came to arrest. He didn't care about anything else. And her grandmother lost 10 months of their freedom. And her daughter was not able to be with her mom. Now, Granny and granddaughter was not able to bond out, but mama was able to bond out, and she hit the ground running. She was boots on the ground. She made sure she got attorneys. She took care of her granddaughter, which is Zabria's daughter, and she was helping, facilitate everything from the outside. But Granny had to stand there, y'all, for 10 months. Hey, honey, say that. I'm like, did they put y'all in the same cell? I may come back to this if we have time. Y'all let me know any questions y'all have in the chat. I want to pull up the indictment. Their indictment don't look like Georgia indictment, but it's something we could just browse through. I was not able to find Zabria's indictment, and she said she was gonna come back and do a story time and read it and go over it, but she never did. And I wasn't able to find Lanika, the mom, Lamika, excuse me, the mom. I wasn't able to find hers either, but I was able to find Granny's. Okay. And this is how innocent people do go to jail, because if you can't afford an attorney, you may not have someone that's going to go the extra mile for you to make sure they get investigators. Like, her attorneys had to hire investigators to get out there, boots on the ground, to make this happen, for them. And Lamika, her mom, worked for the school board. They suspended her from work with pay, but she had to use her leave time. And when her leave time ran out, then she went leave without pay. Let's see. Okay, that's a little better. Let me remove this comment. Okay. Let me see first. I don't know. Are these the same thing? It looks similar. The writing on this one is bigger, so I like this one better. Since the grandma was in jail, did they evict her anyway? You know they did, baby. Okay? Because they had to go through the entire process. Being arrested, sitting in jail. Thank God they weren't in Georgia, baby. They'll still be sitting there 3 years later. But Ohio, they own it. They had went to trial, in 10 months. So you didn't have to sit there like they do in Georgia. They own it in Ohio. Okay. So let's go over Granny's indictment, right? They all had the same charges except for Granny didn't have aggravated. Okay. So state of Ohio, plaintiff versus Diana Hendon. Granny, Lord, Granny was 66 years old. Why y'all want to do Granny like that? She wasn't even in there when it happened. Granny, the defendant. Granny had 7 additional counts. Oh, they got aggravated unalive up here for Granny. And this is the indictment again. The incident occurred on April 12th, 2023. And of course, they went to trial January 8th. This is supposed to be 2024. That's a typo. They went to trial January 8th, 2024, and they were released January 23rd, 2023. So I believe that's supposed to be 24. I think that's a typo. Okay. Aggravated unaliving. They went to grand jury, state of Ohio. In the name and by the authority of the state of Ohio, do find and present that the above named defendants, and it was 3, grandmother, daughter, and granddaughter, did purposely and with prior calculations and design cause the unaliving of Janetta Cooper. So Janetta Cooper was not the property manager, but allegedly, according to Lamika, who is the daughter, okay, she was called up there to harm Granny. Firearm specifications 1 year. The grand jurors further find and specify. See, it was no evidence. The grand jury should have had questions. The offender had a pow on or about, and they have them, redacted. I did not redact these. These documents were already redacted. Person or under control while committing the offense. Now, she said Granny was in the car with her great granddaughter and her grandson. Granny wasn't even in there. So why would y'all arrest Granny? Firearm specifications, 3 years. I didn't look up those statutes that they're referencing. The grand jury further finds and specified that the offender had a pow on or about a person under control while committing the offense and displayed the pow, brandish the pow, indicated that redacted possessed the pow or used it to facilitate the offense. And this is time, date, stamp, April 19, 2023. So they indicted them, what, 7 days after the incident occurred, because the incident occurred on April 12th, and they were already at the grand jury and indicted on the 19th. There's no statements or anything. A lot of this stuff is repetitive, so I'm not going to read it over and over again. Okay. Here, the grand jury on their oath further find that the defendant or defendants unlawfully did cause the unaliving of Janetta Cooper as a proximate result of the offender committing or attempting to commit an offense of violence. This is a felony of the first or second degree, to wit, felonious assault in violation of those codes. This is crazy. Let's see if we can pick out anything else. I see Zabria's name here. So they actually named Zabria in Granny's documents under the same firearm specifications. There's Zabria's name right there, Granny baby. I don't see her daughter Lamika's name in here. Not yet. Who is Tyrone A. Walker? Oh, maybe that's the security guard, because she did say the security guard was there. According to 66, as you would say, 66 years young. So maybe that's the security guard, because she did say it was the security guard in there. And he wasn't doing nothing. So did attempt to purposely cause the unaliving of Tyrone A. Walker. Under the same charge, it's the same counts. But attempt. So this Candace Taylor must be the property manager. Did knowingly cause Candace Taylor to believe that Diana Granny will cause serious physical harm to Candace, the property. Okay, so that's the property manager name. I never knew the property manager's name. But dang, they didn't get a statement enough from Granny. And they don't even show what type of proof they have. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't even write down a statement from Candace or Tyrone. This is crazy. 66, y'all. 66. Granny was 66. I don't know why I'm saying was. Granny, 66 years old. Daughter Lamika, 47, and Zabria, 24. I don't know what happened to the property manager. The logic is that Granny set the situation in motion by calling her grandbaby and her daughter. Well, what was she supposed to do? They were evicting her. Granny, I mean, I hope if my mom was getting evicted, yeah, I'm coming. I mean, because either way, if she really is getting evicted, we got to pack her stuff up and get her out of there. The muscle, yep, 66. The grand jury will only ask questions about the information they know. Okay, I can see how this was indicted, because the property manager probably told them that they were all aggressive and the other two were called to attack. Oh, okay. I thought she was 61. Very crazy. I mean, that's what you're. I mean, she's 66 years old. Like, is she not? I mean, I think she did the right thing by calling her daughter. I mean, granddaughter was hurt bad before she even pulled out her pow, because I would have been pulled out mine with the first slice. My phone. What's going on, Miss E? So that's that, y'all. Oh, okay. This document is a little different because I do see Zabria's name on here, but they don't have the mom's name on here. So this indictment, true bill indictment is what they call it in Ohio. They got the mom's name redacted here. Defended. I bet you that's Lamika Hendon, Zabria Hendon, and Diana Hendon. And again, the incident happened on April 12th, 2023. Let me see if they got anything different in here. I'm glad she did have her pow because that lady was y'all heard what she said. It's on video that the property manager was saying, kill that hoe, kill that bitch. Oh, you talking about Janetta, the one that was unalive? Was 61? I don't even remember seeing the age for her. Here, Janetta was 61. Diana, Granny, was 66. Okay. I don't know how old Janetta was. I don't remember seeing the age for her. But I'm just scrolling through. Going to the property manager is always the step. So I blame the property manager. Yeah. Because according to the daughter, Lamika, that lady was called up there, Janetta, to unalive her mom. And that's why she was outside watching the mom, what we'll say allegedly. Who recorded? She had a video was played with the property manager giving commands to her friend. Yes, it was played in trial. She said she's gonna come back and do a story time on that. She hadn't done one yet, as of yet. I would have done the same thing. I would have called my daughter to see what these people are talking about because I've been paying my rent and I don't understand. I'm the same age as Granny. Yes, okay. Did you see the interview where she said the property manager moved the body so it seemed like the lady was leaving? Wow. Oh, I saw the obituary. Where? Where is it? I'll pull it up. Let me see. Janetta. Oh, is it Jametta? Let's see if I can find it. Let's put it up. And it's not telling how many elderly people became homeless playing these little games with her. And my thing is, if you know that your hands not clean, why even plot all this? You know what I mean? Like, okay. I just feel like when you know your hands not clean, you don't get into all this. Like, is this crazy? Oh, I see right here. Thank you. Okay, girl. Let's see. It does say she was 61. Do they have a picture? Okay. Okay, Jametta S. Cooper. Baby, she was over there at Lucas Memorial Home in Cleveland, Ohio. She lost her life to pow violence on April 12th, 2023, at the age of 61. Miss Jametta was a grandma, a mom, a granddaughter. Oh, no, they're saying this. Okay. Grandma mom, they got the link in her obituary, y'all, to grandma mom, granddaughter pled not guilty to pow of Jametta. Child, why is that linked in here? Do she got a GoFundMe account? They had a candlelight visual for her. And it's still misleading. Cleveland woman was unalive after fight over eviction in City Buckeye Shaker neighborhood. She was fatally unalive, and it got gun violence up here. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. As if she's not the one that came out slicing. Are you kidding me? I'll make them remove this stuff. This is crazy. I thought this was a real obituary, but that's some bull crap. Oh, this her birthday is March 10th. She's a Pisces. Okay. All right. Thank you, because I did not look her up. She got a Facebook. Oh Lord. I'm being nosy natural. I'm sorry. So as you know, mom, grandma, and granddaughter were found not guilty. Yeah, 61 up there with a damn slicer. Where did she get the pop on her body? I don't know. Do you know the black cat? Oh, oh, oh. Let me go there. Let me go there. Crime solvers. Central. Girl, let's see. Oh, no, no. Mm-mm. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I guess I should have known by the name. Oh no, I gotta do additional search. Okay. I put her name in here and it brought up. I was gonna be like, what? Okay, so I need to search. Hold on. There she go. Not unalive by force. I don't have a picture. Where is a picture at? Oh, let me see. They say, I'm sorry for the family loss. I knew Jametta and her family for over 50 years. Reverend Carter's granddaughter, Josietta. Janetta, I met her in the line at a free veggie, and we had a good time laughing and jokingly. What we was going to get good today. Okay, what we was going to get good today. Kappa House. Her loving daughter did a beautiful job on her nails for prom. A lot of people love those nails. Coop, you will be truly missed. Saturdays won't be the same. I know one thing. You was a strong soul. Plant a tree for Janetta. Jametta. Girl, I'm gonna make this lady name be Janetta. Girl, let me see. I don't have no picture. I'll put it up though, but I don't have no picture on mine. Move out the way. This is what I see on my end. I don't have a picture. I just have this crime solver central Logan. It say no image. Check here to upload one. This the right site, right? Crime Solver Central. Um, and they making sure they link everything. See, oh, I have to pay. Maybe that's why. And then when I go to her obituary, there's no picture here either. Cool, I was right. What you voted? Let me go up here. I don't even remember. Yeah, you was right, sis. Yeah, I don't have a picture, but it may be because I don't pay for the site. Yeah, she was 61. There y'all go. Y'all can see a little bit more. But anything else, Miss E, that we need to share? And thanks again, Miss E, for bringing this story time to my awareness, my attention. In her chest. Cool, I was right. Okay, I read those. Okay. Let me look at my notes and see if I missed anything. I've watched quite a few interviews that Zabria has done. Her story has been pretty consistent, and she did mention, to go back to that, she did mention that there was a video, okay, but her attorney had to hire an investigator to do all this work, behind the scenes after the fact, because the police just wasn't going to investigate or provide any type of evidence, other than what was told to them by the property owner. They weren't going to do anything else, which is crazy, because both of them were harmed. I mean, it's just like, okay, unfortunately, Jametta lost her life, but come on now, if this lady would have pow her beforehand, she wouldn't have had all these slices. So clearly something else happened beforehand. The black cat, were you able to find the property manager? And that's it, guys. That's all I have for you guys. If she ever, go back and do a story time about her experience in jail and, being on trial, we'll bring her back to the front porch. Candace Taylor. Hey, Shan. I would too, Shan. I would definitely go after the property, the LLC, and the popo. Call the popo. Because they did not do an investigation. And can she do anything with the medical part too? Like, y'all didn't even let me, at least stay in the hospital a day or two. Y'all brought me down here stitched up, straight out the surgery, in a gown with my panties showing, and no shoes. Google Jametta unalive by force. Okay. Okay. Is there a video? When I do that, I get news articles. Maybe I should change it to image. No. Videos. Are you on an iPhone? Cause I'm just on my PC. And when I Google, I'm actually on Google. I don't. I get articles, I have web, images, videos, map, news, Copilot. Oh, I'm in Bing. So I don't just see pictures. I just get news articles. Now, if I do images, sure, it's just a whole bunch of cartoon images. And I just did her name on the live by force. Okay. Hey, Shan. I'll drop the link if anybody want to come up and, weigh in and give their 2 cents. Other than that, I have given y'all all I can give you. Yeah, see, yeah, that's what it is, because I don't get the pictures. Dang, I want to see how that help her look. God bless the unalived. And whenever I do see pictures, it's Lamika, Granny, and Zabria. Yeah. And maybe that's what it is, because I'm on PC and I'm team Android. So maybe that's what it is. Dang. Okay. Let me look up Candace, because can I get a picture of Candace? I want to know how she look, because she the damn troublemaker here. It all started with Candace. Oh, that's definitely not her. Candace probably not had them to scroll by name. Hmm. There's a realtor. I wonder if this her. Okay, I got it. Okay, okay. Yeah, her name's Candace Taylor. Okay. I'm bringing you up. Hey, Shan.
Hi. Okay.
What,
Now,
girl?
this is so like I don't see our worst police doing the type of job that they did here, because that story was so off. But I understand how they may have rolled with it, because
Uh-huh.
it's looking like the maintenance man and the manager were
Mm-hmm.
saying the same thing, and they
Yeah,
left the scene going to the hospital, so they feel
right.
like
Yeah, that's
they was in the
true.
wrong. But y'all should have asked, is there any video, is there any this? Y'all still investigate, because you have to do a good case against
Right.
them when they go to court. So that was a hack job. Like, I don't know, Chicago, Detroit, all of the cities like Cleveland, and this is Cleveland police who did this would have did a better job. And I, for one, I wish Bank was here, because Cleveland is
Mm-hmm.
under Cleveland and Cincinnati. They both went through, that big overhaul with police corruption and all that. So you would have thought that they would have done a better job. But I would be suing the police, because how does my attorney get a video that y'all don't have? Make that make
It
sense.
and with the indictment, it's no exhibits, like no statements from anybody. I mean, I know a lot of that stuff, we're not gonna see 100%, but dang, y'all just indicted them on GP.
Basically, off of the word of the apartment manager. But see, the thing, and this is one of our communities, and it kind of is sad, because They're going off basically the business people and because of what they're used to dealing with. And
Yeah.
um I'm assuming, I'm just gonna say that they are, because to me it's something else that just made them stop in their tracks and not pay attention to what. And I would like to look further and see like who had any other a history. Like, did the grandma have a history? Did something, maybe the mom didn't and the daughter didn't, but did the grandma have one? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it's something there. And is it a history at this apartment building of residents acting like that? Because somebody in the chat has said it too, like,
It's a
you know,
history of them scamming elderly people, and I think they
no,
was
I'm
aggravated
talking.
because they gig was up.
No, I'm talking about, is it a history of residents whooping they coming and coming for them
They
because
should,
of
because they're
this?
giving them fake eviction
Right.
notices and putting them out.
But
So I would be outraged.
I get that. But that's why I'm saying there would have been a history of, they evicting people and then they coming at them like that. Because you have, I mean, anybody that lived in an apartment or ever seen anything going down while an eviction is happening. That's why, like, here in most apartments, like when I
Mhm,
lived in an apartment, it was funny because I would come home and see papers taped to people's doors. And
mhm,
then in our apartment complex, they tape the paper to your door, and
mhm.
then they send the sheriffs to do everything else. They don't
Yeah,
bother
no
with it.
sheriff
Only,
was involved because
yeah,
this was fake.
I get that. But I'm just saying, here, that's how it's done. But I'm saying there, because of where it's at, and when you Shaker, the Shaker neighborhood, Shaker Heights and whatever in Cleveland is pretty much a real urban like hood area. So it's like it's not where it's where you would get a lot of possibly these complaints too. That's all I'm trying to say, because I'm trying to give them some grace. I'm
I'm
trying to be
not,
Vicky
cause
tonight
you
about.
taking advantage of elderly people. You don't care if these people are homeless, they
No,
ain't
I'm
got
not
nowhere
talking
to
about
stay
them.
at.
I'm not talking about the manager. I'm talking about the police and how they handled it by
Oh,
taking their word. I'm
well,
no, no,
she
no, no,
said
no, no,
that the
no, no.
police said under oath in court, that's not his job. He knew who the suspect was and he knew where she was, and that was his job. That's what she said he said in under oath up there on the witness stand.
Right, but what I'm saying is from his,
He need to
cuz
quit.
cuz in my mind, when you think it like that, it's because of your previous encounters instead of doing case by case, which is what's going on. But I'm not talking about the manager, because of course the manager and them trying to get their story straight, because if the manager doing this, the maintenance man in on it, and whoever Coop was, will you call her up there to do this? But another thing that you said earlier is like you don't understand how the indictment happened. Like we said, well, in my line of work, you can indict a ham sandwich, and I done heard a lot of people say that. But it's like the indictments are easy to come by. It's the fighting it that's the hard part. So, because like you could put a case on anybody. Like that's the one thing that most people, when they telling the truth about, when they saying that, it is true. Like you could put a case on anybody. It's not that hard to do. It doesn't take a lot of information to charge somebody with something. But then you have to lose all this and all that just to fight it. You know what I'm saying? And that's wrong. I feel like that is so wrong, because I feel like before you put these charges on me, you need to have more than just
Yeah,
thinking I probably am, because that's how probable cause work. I probably am. We ain't
yeah,
proved it yet. So it's like,
yeah,
dang, you can do that, just don't I probably am. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's
That's
what
messed
makes our
up to
system
me.
so unfair, because most people in our community can't afford to fight the probably. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
luckily they saw through it. Luckily the people on that jury saw through it, because anywhere else, I mean, most times you go to jail behind something like that, because they're gonna believe the police and the property manager. But had there been no video, they probably would be in prison right now, all three of them. Honestly, think about it. If there had been no video, All three of them will probably be in prison based on what the property manager and that faulty maintenance man said. Because you know he was getting kickbacks. He was in on it too. And that's why you call Coop up here to do something to grandma, because I feel like you know that grandma's daughter probably was gonna come in there and seem like, because from what Zabria said, her mama's pretty professional and she don't normally go rah rah. So she was gonna come in there. She had probably already told you, I'm calling my daughter. She know what to do. And y'all knew what was coming next. She was finna interfere with y'all money and whatever the scheme was y'all was running on people. Cause I'm feeling
Mm-hmm.
like they was getting people evicted to bring people in to get that first month, last month's rent and
Well,
all,
and some
whatever
of them,
else they
well,
putting
some of
on
them
it.
elderly people may have paid whatever they said they owe because they were scared and they don't have nowhere to go at. So they were scamming on probably on that end as well. Because they making their own fake evictions and they putting on there what they want to put on there.
Yeah, and that other thing she said, I forgot the acronym she used, but that's their housing. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming
Housing Authority. Mm-hmm.
that
Cleveland Metropolitan Housing Authority.
CMHS, I think that's what she
Yes,
called it.
something like that. Yeah.
They do like vouchers and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that's like their Section 8. So I'm assuming that because we have some apartments around here that it's literally everybody up in there got a voucher. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming they
And
one
they
of
probably and
those.
they you gonna lose your voucher if you get evicted too. So I mean, they
Yep.
really over here playing with people livelihood,
Yep.
all because they want to scam. And again, elderly people are the just biggest victims. And I don't even understand how they. I just for me, if I know I'm doing something wrong, I ain't trying to bring no attention to it. So I'm not gonna be over here taking. Okay, okay, yes, ma'am, because I don't want my spot blown up.
But to call somebody to stick somebody else is
Right.
that's wow. I was like, she did what? And that's why
I
I was
don't
trying
know,
to figure
Vic.
out how Coop just showed up. Like how Coop just showed up, but
Coop
she
was
called.
already out there
But
when
like,
they pulled
right,
up. Coop was out there watching Granny walk her dog.
right, because that's what the girl had already called her to do what she was gonna do to Granny. So now I get it because I'm like, okay, because I'm sitting here listening, like, well, how did this lady even get there? Was she in there paying her rent? Did Coop even live there? Is my question. Or was
Yeah,
Coop
the
just
lady
her?
in on her obituary thing said they would be in the free food line. They probably over there in Mama J. Sonya, they do a lot of community work feeding the homeless and stuff.
Oh, probably is because they in Cleveland Heights, so that's Cleveland and Cleveland Heights and Cleveland is like right there with each other. So yeah, she probably was over there at the Durham's or is it Waller over
Can't
there?
stand you. That was funny. Yeah, man. I don't know, y'all.
Yeah,
This is
I
just
I feel
crazy to
sad for
me.
them because you lose your livelihood and they messed and that's my question. My other question for you was, okay, so who messed up her car, the police or the manager lady? Because she said her car was messed up.
I don't know. She didn't say. She didn't specify. But they drove her car to the hospital.
Yes,
But they
I'm
were
wondering, was
all
her car all
arrested. They were
bloody?
all arrested at the hospital. But
So
she
I'm
said she was
I'm
gonna come back, y'all. But she did not. She has not came back. So I really wish she would. But she has been doing a lot of interviews. I can link some of those interviews because they may ask some of the questions
yeah,
y'all
some of the
want to hear the
questions
answers
we
to.
got. Yeah, but I feel bad for them because people like that who are truly innocent and like I just feel like we get a bad shake a lot of the times because you regardless to what the manager said, this case should have been investigated, and I still think they should sue the police because y'all were in the police failed. They failed. And you're not protected by not doing your job. Because he said that's so what a lot of people probably seen as tunnel vision. You had your suspect, she did it, because the lady said she did it. No, what evidence, what points you to she did it? Okay, she did do that, but she all stabbed up. So I need to put the whole situation in perspective because
Right.
how do I know who got what first if I'm only I can't just say I believe you over her. Why do I believe you over her? What evidence or what points me to
Especially when
believe you
she
over
is
her?
harmed too. Like
Yeah,
her and her mom were both sliced. So to me, in my mind, if you ain't running up with me if I already got my pow out and sliced me.
right. Right. Cause you're gonna
So
be you gonna you
right.
can't bring a stick to a knife. I mean to a pawpaw fight. You know what I'm
That's what
saying? You
right, right.
can't bring nothing to stick somebody to a pawpaw fight. You gotta match it, you gotta match energies. You know what I'm saying? And the fact being that she is a CPL holder and she didn't have it out already, which means she didn't feel like they were a threat already. Because in certain situations you're allowed to pull that thing out first. If you in a situation and you feel like you in a harmful situation, you could
Florida
pull
would have
that
been
thing
saying
out.
your grizzle.
Right. I don't think Ohio got it, but you could have pulled. That's still self defense. That's like if you feel like your life in jeopardy, that's what you're supposed to do. And in those
Right.
CPL classes, most of them teach you a portion of the law for carrying, because that's why they want you to take those classes, and that's why most they register and say certain people can do the classes because they gon' they gonna tell you they have to tell you even when you sign the paperwork. I know here when you sign the
Mhm.
paperwork it gives you certain laws and things that you should become aware of and make yourself
Yeah.
known of,
Yeah.
so you know what your rights are with having the CPL. But it's so disappointing because I only feel like this happened because they are black.
Yeah.
If this was in a Caucasian community, it would have went totally different and would have been
I agree with you,
investigated.
Shan. I agree. But I just the more I looked at this, I just went down a rabbit hole. I don't watch so many videos, but this is how innocent people get locked up though,
Yep, and locked up for a
People
long time.
people playing the system to their advantage. And I just can't get on the part that y'all know y'all in the wrong. Y'all know y'all dirty, like, and y'all
That's why she was trying to get rid of Granny, because we don't need nobody bringing attention, and your daughter is gonna come bring attention. So we gonna get rid of you before your daughter can come bring attention. And I feel like Granny is a feisty Granny, and that's why you had to call Coop to come over here and stick her, because Granny don't play. And that's why I feel about Granny, because you don't just call somebody to come stick Granny for no reason. Granny don't play. That's what that is. And you probably done seen a few of her family members that don't play about Granny. So you was trying to set Granny up. I feel like she the set up queen. Cause she was trying to set Granny up. Cause that's why she called Coop to come over there to set Granny up. Because we gonna get Granny up out of here before she blow up the spot.
and a lot of elderly people did do some, interviews and stuff and said they was happy they was moving or they were getting up out of there, but like I told y'all, they didn't have AC at one point. The elevator wasn't working. The building was not up to code or standard. A lot of things came out after this incident occurred.
And that right there needs to be something too, because I know here, like when I lived in an apartment, the housing, I didn't live in nowhere like this, and I'm assuming since they was paying for it, but every year we had inspections, like the fire department. There was like a few different departments. Now that I'm thinking about it, came through like the fire department,
They did, and they
the
wrote them up.
city.
They wrote them up, and basically they weren't fixing the things that they weren't in code with. They weren't doing nothing. They were sliding by.
She
But the
probably was
housing
paying
authority should
everybody.
be checking it. Like the housing authority should be checking it.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have been coming in every year and checking, because you would think
Oh, they were well, not the housing authority. I don't know what the housing authority is doing, but it looks like they were getting building evaluations, elevator evaluation. They just weren't passing them.
Yeah, and so in those instances here, I know here what they do is the housing authority would have shut you down at that point once you're not passing them. Like
Mm,
if your elevator is constantly
apartment
not
and
working and
all
stuff
that.
like that, yeah.
Right.
And
Oh,
honestly, when the news, I agree with you, Tanya, be here. Because when the news ran that story, I'm looking at the apartment, and then I saw shakers, and I went to click, click, clacking, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, this ain't the best of neighborhoods, and this don't look like it's well kept from the outside, so I could just imagine how the inside looked. But when you elderly and you ain't got nowhere else to go and you can't afford nowhere else and you got your little voucher, you got to go where you can go.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
people prey on that all the time. Like
And you're
that's
the property
crazy,
manager, not the owner. Like, oh my God.
right? Because quiet as kept, she probably got let go after this anyway. Because I wanted to know, I wanted her. I thought you had video of her coming back telling the trial part because I want to know, did the property manager come perjure herself in court, or she didn't show up because she knew
And
she was gonna have to
Tyrone.
perjure herself?
And
Yep,
Tyrone.
her and Tyrone. Tyrone ain't show. We know, but Tyrone ain't bit more showed up. Tyrone disappeared.
He on the run. Like Gina over there did it. Shit, I don't know nobody, nothing about nothing.
I about to say like Cynthia, he didn't got him a RV and rolled out a little van and rolled out.
Right, right. Look, Tiny. Well, Janetta, baby, that one your fight. Why? I mean, girl, don't
Ain't
call
that
me to do
sad?
no because I would have been like, you better sit your behind down because you already know you doing some shady, underhanded, backhanded stuff. You ain't. I wouldn't be trying to bring no awareness to that. But that's
Right,
just
ain't
me.
even your fight, and you done just got click clacked, and it wasn't even your fight.
And Jabril said she was over there saying, "Kill that bitch." Why
And
she?
for
Why
real, who is you
Janetta?
to tell somebody to take somebody out though?
She
Like
should
what?
have caught that. She should have caught a stray. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she should have called the freaking property manager. Because how you giving orders? And they should have, in my mind, we would
Mm-hmm.
be arresting her because you gave a false statement. You
Mm-hmm.
lied. You basically lied. You gave a false statement. And then on top of that, you ordering hits. Because that's what that was. You ordered a hit. Cause you sitting up there telling somebody to kill that bitch. You ordered hits, my dog. Like, huh?
Right.
Child.
That's pretty. And you know, who's to say she ain't pay her? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Especially that she don't have no. You know, she homeless. Or in need of money.
Yeah, because shoot, I don't know. I'd be calling whoever the lawyer is on y'all local billboard.
Georgia
Cause
P said that's
shoot,
her fighter. She called them people.
yeah,
This
that
was
was
a
her
good one. This
rider.
was a good one. I hope y'all enjoyed it. This was a really good one. Like I was like, what in the world? And I said what I said is in the chat. They I don't know what they podcast called again. But she does her podcast with the guy and the lady. Oh Lord. If she here, drop the names in the chat. And this is something that they were talking about on their last podcast about how we're quick to turn our back on each other, and they didn't not in these particular words. I'm putting it in my words. Just us staying neutral until the verdict come in, and how we're quick to go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Under these type of circumstances versus everybody else. Yeah, she definitely
Yep.
should have caught a charge. Yes, I have watched a few interviews because the story was crazy. Me and my mama and my grandma all in jail at the same time
Mm-hmm.
was crazy. And I did make mention, I don't know if you heard me, Shan, that the mom, daughter was able to bond out, but Granny and the granddaughter stayed in for 10 months until they were
And
found
see,
not
that's
guilty.
money y'all need to be paying me 10 months worth, because I'm pretty sure you lost a lot of stuff probably wherever you lived at if you didn't own your house or whatever.
Right.
Because I need to be compensated for that. You need to compensate me because y'all didn't even investigate. So y'all have to compensate me because the by the least you could have done a proper investigation, because how did you do
Right.
a proper investigation? I'm still stuck on the fact that her lawyers were able to come back a year later, year and a half later, and get a
Mm-hmm.
video that y'all couldn't get that at that point, and y'all would have saw
Right.
what happened.
Right.
That's
Hey, Miss Boogie
wow.
down. Thank you, Miss E. Okay. Right.
That's so wild. Like, cause usually when the people try to come back and get something, it's like, oh, it's gone. It was still there. Like, huh? And that's why I say
God be the
they was
glory, Shan. God be the
right.
glory.
They was giving her the benefit of the doubt, probably because of all her scamming, and they wasn't the first people she done called the police on. And that's all I was trying to say. Like, she ain't that. That's not the first people that she called the police on. So they thinking like, oh, we know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because she telling us, and she called us before, and it was right. So you have stepping, but that's not your job, Mister Detective Man, to have step. You supposed to come up in there and do your job, sir, and you should be fired or something because you could have ruined them people's lives. I would still be screaming from the rooftops to everybody in my local politicians about this or how they handle that, because how many more cases y'all handling like that when y'all getting the wrong person instead of the right person? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, the manager should have been the one going down, and she should have been charged with that lady's unliving, because you started this, you put this in motion, you call her here to do a hit job, and it went left. It just happened to go left because
Right.
little mama was packing.
Right. Because there's no telling how this would have ended if she wasn't packing. Me
She would
too.
have
It broke my
been dead.
heart.
You
I think she was a
spliced her
lookout.
face like that.
Yeah.
The way she say it went through her face, like, come on now.
Right.
If anybody has ever cut stuff, you know how much force you have to cut like a watermelon, an orange, and all that. Her face through her lip, girl. Mm. Mm. I just can't. It's so sad. And at the end of the day, it might be mean to say, but Coop got what she had coming, because if that's what this was about, and it sounds like it was, because she over there yelling out, giving you the order to take somebody out, and you're trying
Right.
to.
Right.
So it sounds like that's what you were there to do. You got what what did you expect? You was coming there to do to somebody what ended up happening to you. And what I did notice is that
Uh-huh.
in none of the like news coverage and none of that was her
Mm-hmm.
family out there making a ruckus. So
Who? Which one?
Coop's family. So that also leads me to believe that it's a little extra on this story, because Coop's family, if somebody take your peoples out, they're gonna be out there, they need to get justice. And show me a news broadcast where the family ain't out there saying she need to get justice or something like that. None of them ones that you played said, the family members wasn't even in there.
Georgia P said, just imagine how much money the whole family lost throughout the ordeal. Right.
Hmm.
That Sabria lost time with her daughter. Like her daughter had to sit there, watch all this go down, see her mama have surgery, get taken out to jail. She sat there for 10 months.
Yeah,
That's a
was
lot on her
probably
kid.
traumatized. Yeah,
Hey
and she was probably
Harlem.
traumatized. Because the last time you seen your mama, she was bleeding and going for
Hmm.
surgery, and now she locked up for what? And I don't even know how she doing. Is she okay? You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that's traumatizing. Like, come on now. Yeah, like it's just these urban police people be getting on my nerves. Not only that, but these slumlords, and it's not even your property, ma'am. Like you
Right. You the
said, you don't even
property
own
manager.
this.
You done found a way to scam, take advantage of elderly people, and you willing to take somebody's life over, like somebody said in the chat. This is not even your property.
Right? They could fire you at any moment, and then what?
I think she did, Shan.
Dude, my next mission is to and I don't even be going after looking for folks, but my next mission is to find an apartment manager.
We got her name.
What she do? What? Miss E? What? I think she did. What I say? I done said so much.
Yes, tell us, Miss E.
What she do?
Ah,
Cause I just cause it's just cause the funny part about it is watching a lot of the cases that I watch, I be looking
mm-hmm.
like I don't think they got enough evidence to prove that this person did this. And then the verdict come back like guilty. And it's like, hmm? It's like, and then I understand why they be getting found guilty because in the chats of a lot of these cases, you see people saying they don't even look remorseful. They not even being what you supposed to be up
Right,
in court doing? Crying the whole 35 days or
right,
how many days you in there? What is remorse to you is not remorse to somebody else. Because I'm pretty sure they remorseful at the fact that they in this situation and they didn't have to be here or do whatever it is that brought them here if they did it.
right,
And how can I be remorseful about somebody else when I'm fighting for my life and a lot of times it be for something I didn't do? Because not only do I watch court cases, but then sometimes YouTube will slide in some Dateline or something where somebody been locked up for 25
right.
years on something they didn't do, and finally they got out and they found the real person who did it. Because what I've noticed a lot with
Oh
a lot of
yeah.
cases, especially the older ones, a lot of the RSA cases and stuff like that, where they have DNA, a lot of them people didn't do it. It wasn't them, and they're coming back and finding out that it wasn't those people. And if it was something at the scene that said that this is the person who did it and they touched this or they left this or they stuck somebody and they stuck themselves and they left they blood there. Now you see, oh, it ain't the guy who was there. And then I saw one case, girl, I like to jump through the screen. They found the person was unalived and was stuck multiple times, and the person who was sticking them stuck themselves, left a little bit, not a little bit but enough of their
Uh-huh.
own little blood to. They came back and said you was an accomplice, you was there with that person. Who was you there with? So you don't want to be wrong because you done had me locked up for so long. And when they was doing the interview, because you know how Dateline interviews them and say, well, what do you think about them not matching the DNA that was left at the scene? Well, we think it was their accomplice. They were with them. And we asked him who was with him because obviously he didn't do it by himself. Sir, obviously that man wasn't even there because y'all, and the sad part about it is most of the time when your alibi is a wife, your girlfriend, your mother, somebody like that, oh, we don't believe them. Cause I want to say this guy, he had an alibi and cause it he was a local little corner boy, and it was not his. It was a guy that he knew, and it wasn't his left there. So his girlfriend was saying he couldn't have did it because he was just with me. And then when he came back, he went to the store. He came back. He didn't have nothing. There was nothing wrong with him. He was the same as he was. He wasn't cut or nothing like that. But guess what? You was just there with somebody at the end of the day when it came out that that wasn't his, but he had already been locked up for about 15 years. And I think it happened in like the 90s, and he was already locked up for 15 years before they ran the DNA again. And his team, who was trying to get it, the innocent, who your friends work with, the Innocence Project, they pulled the case back and
Mm-hmm.
they saying no, you were with somebody. And then they found this other lady. Like, it's a lot of people across this country that it's a lot of Innocence Projects, which I didn't realize until I started watching these cases on YouTube, that like in every state they got these Innocence Projects. And in these colleges they be doing cases, cold cases or old cases. Like if you unjustly locked up and it's a local law school or something, you can send your stuff there and maybe they might work your case for you for free, just as a part of the curriculum for the school. I was like, dang. And a lot of these, they be getting these people new trials, and they go back and they
Yeah.
actually do the work. And it's sad
Yeah.
that,
After the fact, gotta piece everything
yeah,
together.
yeah. And it was one lady, she just got lucky that when they came back and did her case, that um that when she came back and did her case, that um they never even found out who took her daughter's life. But when at the end of the day, she was going up for the guy, because she was like, I
Uh-huh.
never believed that he did it, because it just didn't sound right to me. And I was, because a lot of these cases, when you watch them, once the police tell somebody that, oh, this is the person that did it, they just roll with it. Even if
Yeah.
it's a family member or something, they just rolling with it. I'm like, well, what made y'all roll with it? Just because the police told y'all? Like, y'all trust the police that emphatically, that when they tell y'all something, y'all just like, okay. No, you gotta show me. You just can't roll up in here and tell me that my son took out the whole family and y'all don't have no proof. Like, hmm? Because I could sit here and tell y'all about Dateline all day.
Miss E said her daughter didn't even recognize her after she was released. She said
Mm-hmm.
she had reconstructed. I mean, oh God, that's crazy. Miss E said, see, okay, Miss E, hopefully you feel better tomorrow. And I'll get, this will be my porch talk topic. So you can get your thoughts in, your comments in tomorrow. Okay. I know you say you took notes.
And I gotta call y'all. Sorry. I gotta go.
All right. Okay, thank you, Shan, for
And
coming
it's
up.
pretty late anyway. That was a good one, y'all. I don't even feel like I'm tired. But I got a call, so I gotta go.
All right,
Okay.
thanks,
Bye.
Shan. All right, bye-bye. Child, I'm talking about bye-bye like I'm on the damn phone, for real, for real. Okay, Miss E. I'll give you a 5 minute session on tomorrow where you can talk about the case, and then we'll get into Nesto. Thank you, Victor DeVille. Oh, and I did see that I said what I said. Off the Record is the name of the podcast that I was referencing, that she does with the guy and the other lady. Child, I can't remember names. I'm bad with them. Great show. There she go. Girl, plug your people. Put y'all last thoughts down in the chat. And I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Members, I saw y'all commenting on the video. So I will check out y'all comments and hit y'all back up. And I need to drop a short. I may wait till tomorrow, chill. I'm closing out some of these windows if y'all can hear me clicking. August 3rd, 2023. Could you pull the conversation? Minion. Yes, Minion with the opinion. Sure. It's year end. I can't remember shit. Okay, this was a good one. Thank you, Latoy. Her mom was a bus driver, leave without pay. Oh, Georgia Peach. I put in a request for the other ones that you asked me to do. I'm waiting on them to get back to me. They haven't said no, so hopefully that means they're working on them. I ordered them on the 18th. You know who I'm talking about. And yes, I can pull that. I think you're talking about you think that'd be a good one? Okay. I'll do it tomorrow. You was behind in the chat. Okay, no problem, Miss E. I think you talking about Nesta. Okay. I'll pull that one. I'll do it when I get to work first thing in the morning. And I'll just pull that because sure, they be taking forever sometimes. I'm like, come on now. I'm just giving it a moment because I feel like when I try to click off, the end, the live, that's when I see y'all comments coming up because it's a little delay. Oh, yes. Thank you, sis. I said what I said. Put the link to the show for the record here in the chat. On the record, not for the record, on the record. Yeah, sometimes it's good to take a break from Nesto, child, because after 3 years, Lord, we need the breaks. I know I do. Let me see. I don't want to be rude. Y'all done hung in here with me. I would love to see your comments if they're coming up. But there's one off the record. Just give up. Just give the hell up. I'm gonna give up. Child. Good night, Nestor, Shackle, Shuffle, Walker, Shane. Good night to you. All right, y'all. I'm finna put the outro on. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I got me another homework assignment from Georgia Peach on writing doom. Before I get into my work day, I'll be on it. Good night, Latoya. I'll see you in the morning over at Pine Nation. Good night, Tanya. Be here. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Miss E. Bye, y'all. I'll go.